Hello, welcome back to. I say welcome back. It's been a while now, a couple of weeks, but I'm so gassed. Got Sam. I've been trying to get this guy for ages. Finally got him, and obviously, my camera. And Sam got me there. And
a good start.
Resident Nick, how you guys doing, man?
Yeah, good. Finally starting to feel good as well about the season after, a bit of a shaky start.
Yeah, I bet you. Look, man's got the shirt on as well. God. What about you, Nick? What are you saying?
Yeah, I've been all right, mate. It's obviously been a crazy last 24 hours or so with the United news of Ronaldo and obviously the Man United game with Fulham, getting that victory. But no, I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. Obviously, I'm not. Listen, I'm not one to brag, but like my team are doing all right still. Still kind of early. World Cup. I'm not going to get too gassed, but no. Listen, I'm happy with what I'm seeing. Got a World Cup to look forward to. But anyway, listen. Let's get into it. Obviously, all our clubs won this weekend. I don't know which one of you. Actually, let's let Sam start. The floor's Sam's. Tell us. Liverpool resurgence. What are you saying?
Yeah, I think this is the third or fourth time I thought maybe we've turned a corner. So I'm going to just relax and just see how we get going because I thought after the City and the West Ham little game that we thought it was going to start coming back, but it didn't really work. So I'm not going to get too gassed just yet. But yeah, no, it's a good performance. I think Nunes is starting to look like he's feeling confident, which is good. Yeah, I mean, at the back, we still look a little bit, a little bit risky with a lot of the decisions I think getting made. Obviously, Van Dijk's the hot topic at the moment in a lot of places, but I think it's a lot more than just one player or anything, and like Mane leaving. But yeah, I mean the signs are starting to look better. But as you say, World Cup and everything, we'll see how we come back after the World Cup, and then hopefully we kick on.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I feel like a lot of people jumped on. I think Nunes after Community Shield he scored, didn't score a couple.
Yeah.
But you can see, like I think they were saying in games, you can see he's got the movement and he makes the harder finishes look easier and the easy ones. So like,
definitely.
Yeah, and I think after World Cup we're really gonna see him, not just him, the whole Liverpool team go on like some type of run and add some respect to their position because I still feel like Liverpool gonna hit. So. Do you know what? I still think Liverpool going to get top four. That's what I believe. I don't think there's any way you're not going to finish outside them positions. So I'm going to ask the United fan what he thinks. It's probably going to be a bit difficult for him to, talk about Liverpool. But Nick, what do you think about Liverpool?
Yeah, like what you just said. I don't think there's any issues with them finishing like top four. I still think like there's so long to go. The season's pretty much just started. 14 games. So Liverpool are going to come. Well, the way I kept saying is that when they were losing or drawing, I was like, they're going to come into form. They're going to come into form. They're going to come into form, and it kind of has been delayed in that response. But yeah, I think they're going to get top four. I mean, Tottenham. The thing is, Tottenham are not looking great, but they're still in top four. And it's a weird one. Chelsea have dropped down a lot. United are doing okay. We're floating. Newcastle are doing amazing. So I think Liverpool get top four. And as much as you boys know how much I dislike Liverpool, I was happy with Darwin's 2 goals for the FPL, which was recommended by Matt. Thank you, mate. Yeah. I see it.
Just checking.
Yeah, but no, I was. They've just with every team and their cycles and I mean Liverpool won one of everything at least, like the league, Champions League, etc., FA Cup, League Cup. So they've done amazingly, but it's just a matter of like what Ferguson used to do, rebuilding a new team, getting rid of the old guard, even if they're kind of not even over the hill yet. Sometimes, he got rid of Beckham's and other players as well that were doing well. Roy Keane was doing okay towards the end, still got rid of him. And, building a new team. But then there's obviously the question of the ownership, and I'm not too clued up on that if FSG are going to sell up and you're going to get someone else in. But it's, I would say it's a bit of a confusing time for a lot of Liverpool fans at the moment in terms of form and their club, but I still think they're going to finish top four.
Yeah, no, that's a good shot. I feel like Sam's going to agree with this point. I feel like people are misreading the whole sale of the club. It's not saying sell the club. They're looking for shareholders, but everyone's like, "Oh my God, they're selling up. They're going to sell." One day I'm seeing Dubai this, now some Indian rich guy. Like it's man. Listen, and all I know, these American owners, Glazers, FSG, Kroenke, Bodie's going to be the same. These men are not selling. They're not selling. you know.
They
And
make
for them,
too much money out of the clubs. Too much money. There's no reason to sell.
Exactly.
But then I did see, obviously, I think Neville was talking about it the other day, and he was saying that he doesn't think Liverpool will ever be worth more than what they currently are with where we've been in the last few years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could maybe see it from that sense that we're as high as we may be going to get for the next 20 years. So maybe just cash in now. But at the same time, I think they're an investment group at the end of the day. And while it's making money, I don't see them getting rid.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't make any sense. Listen, even though our American owners are bad, they're not as bad as some clubs. Yeah, you know? Look at Nick Reddy.
Get the green and yellow scarves out. Yeah.
Was it green and yellow in it or something like that?
Yeah. For Newton Heath, when United was first formed, we were Newton Heath and they were green and yellow.
No, sorry, bro.
I think it's obvious stuff, and I'm sure Sam knows about it as well.
Listen. Obviously, we're touching Liverpool. We're gonna talk about, Matt, before we get to the team that are top. Sorry, 1 second. We're gonna go to Man United. I missed the game actually yesterday. Oh, first half because I was in the cinema. You were 2-1 in it, and your new wonder kid, scored.
Yeah, it was a good result, man. It was a late one. Obviously, we scored in 92nd or 3rd minute, but I think it was an okay result. Fulham are doing well this season. People are just looking at them like, oh, they've just come up, but they're in the top 10, I think. So I was happy with it. I mean, there was a couple of chances we could have had to kind of like Rashford could have had 1 or 2 as well. We could have cemented it after we've gone 1-0 up, and when Daniel James scored, I was just like, oh god, an old player has just scored against us. And then Pereira obviously plays for them. He used to play for us. I was like, it's just written in the stars that he might get the winner. So 2 ex-United players, but no, I thought we did all right. Eriksen, I was very, very happy that he got his first goal for United, and he's been one of our best players, if not the best. Definitely in the top 3 with maybe kind of Martinez and maybe De Gea, Varane. But Varane's been injured a lot. But Eriksen, I mean, he's like, as you know, he's like one of my favourite players. I just love how he oozes class on and off the pitch. We got him on a free as well. I thought it was just a steal. So I was happy he got a goal. And as you said, he assisted Garnacho, who's been doing really, really well. And recently, anyway, doing really well. And he's... what Bruno said after, I can't remember the last goal he scored, but last couple of weeks he scored. Bruno said that you needed to kick up the arse, and I feel like with the way he celebrates, you could see that arrogance in him. I don't know if you've seen him take his top off, and the way he acts like he's scored 100 goals already. But I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, because it's not. But as Bruno says, he needs to keep it it under control and hopefully not get too big for his boots and too big headed. But no, Garnacho is a very exciting player. Fast. He's confident. He gets stuck in. He's passionate. Do you know what I mean? He's got that Argentinian kind of, workhorse, desire as well. He's really, really good. But it's early days for him. But no, I was good. I was happy with the result. We needed that win going into the World Cup break. I mean, it's not been great from us. We've not really lost any, but it's just not been convincing. Like I was saying to a couple of my friends that when United win, it's never that convincing. Like, it's always a struggle. Like against Arsenal, I thought we did well. Even though it was 2-1, we did well. Tottenham was a really good result. I thought we dominated that game, most of it. But other than that, it's always just a scrappy win. Even against I'm Cypriot, I'm from Cyprus, but on Money, we should be destroying home and away. We just about beat them home and away, and everything's just been hard. But there's definitely improvements under Ten Hag. I'm not saying he's not doing a good job. And with the kind of, which we'll probably go through later on, with the circus around Ronaldo at the moment, and the whole season, I think we've done okay. I mean, we're 3 points behind 4th with a game in hand, and I would say it's like a 6 out of 10 season from us so far. Average, not bad. It started off 0 out of 10.
Yeah, bad. Yeah,
getting battered to Brighton and Brentford, but I was happy with the win. We needed it. Was desperate for it, and we'll see what this break does and see what players come back and who gets injured and who doesn't. So it's going to be a bit of a mystery in the lottery, and to see what happens, because it's quite easy that in a month's time when it comes back again, half our squads could be unfit, injured. Arsenal are doing amazing, but that can turn their season around. I'm sure a lot of Arsenal fans, knowing that City are doing not too well, they're doing okay, but Arsenal fans probably just want to plough on and get some more wins under the belt, innit? But let's see what the World Cup, holds. I'm happy with the win.
It was a good win, and what's it called? That Garnacho. All I will say, and we will all agree as well, is that I think nowadays we get so gassed on young players, like when they score that, like don't get me wrong, last minute gotta get that. But we've seen it, Makeda, Let's not forget. Do you remember that whole?
Yeah, but Makeda done enough, man. He helped us win the league, innit? I mean, I know what you're saying,
No,
but he done enough for them.
And I get what you're saying about the arrogance, but that's why I hate when they try and take that away from young players. That's why Rooney was so good, because they never removed that from him. I remember the guy was 18, and the guy come on the pitch like with 20-something, barging people, slide tapping. When you try and change that part of the game,
I agree.
A complete different player. So, but yeah, I like that from him. But yeah, so far what I've seen is good, but I think we need to calm down on it. And overall, good win. And as you said, you had to win. It was one of them games where I feel like if you hadn't have won that, then I think hopes of like top 4, I think we're already done. I know people say it's still early, but mate, you need to have the points in the board. That's what I'm not even saying we're winning the league. So I know Sam was laughing. But no, listen, I'm honest, yeah. You look at us, Arsenal, 5 points clear. We know City. The run is coming. And it just bugs me knowing it's coming. But the fact is, if we push up as high as possible, by March, April, top 4 should be settled. And then you can kind of say, do you know what? Top 4's done. Let's go for Europa League. And you can kind of change your targets. Because I don't want to be getting to April and it's like, well, we need 2 wins. And you've got like Newcastle away and all them type of games which will just, finish your season. But yeah, I think it's been good. Sorry, I'm going on to Arsenal now. Man United will leave and they're little 6 hours. But no, Arsenal, on a serious note, I didn't expect us to do this, right? I think there's the only game I think where we haven't played well was Leeds away. I think it was Leeds away where they smoked us. Like, I remember we were getting battered. If they had scored the pen, they would have probably gone and won a game. But I feel like now we've got a team where when we go 1-0 down or someone equalises, like, prime example, not because Sam said, but Liverpool. When it went to 2-2, an old Arsenal, I'd be like, oh man, here we go. 4-2 now, we're going to lose. And it's like, their heads don't drop. And it's just,
you never look like losing that game. Never.
You see what I'm saying? And it's like, now it looks like, they've got a lot more belief. The young players are, getting older. And I feel like over the years, we've been told our fans are boring, it's lively. But now when you look at it, you will see Emirates, it is louder than I can ever imagine. You know what I mean? It's mad. It is mad.
It's pumping.
Yeah, it's pumping.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that.
But we're going to calm down. I'm going to calm down anyway. I don't know about but I'm going to keep it calm. But no, listen, I think it's been a reasonable start for us. I feel like, other teams will come back into it. Post-World Cup, we don't know. We were saying Man City, they've got 16 players at the World Cup. But their main one is, chilling out.
He's on a beach somewhere waiting.
Doing the Scrabble and all that, waiting for us to come back. I feel like, it's going to be a good one. I don't think we're favourites for the title. Everyone says that, because 5 points is nothing. Absolutely.
Not with that City team.
Exactly. We haven't played them yet. So they could be us home and away, and that's it. So, it's going to be interesting, man. One team I wanted to touch on before we go into CR7, Mr. Ronaldo, Tottenham. Because I don't want to sound like I'm being horrible towards Arsenal. But I have not in a while seen a team so undeserving of wins and the position they're in. Like, how do they keep in every week, bro? Every week.
It's the fact that I think for the last 20, 25 minutes of games, they're playing quite well. But they're non-existent for the first 60 minutes or whatever. And they're finishing games strong, which is why they are where they are in the table. But they're playing some horrible, it's pure Conte football. And it's not nice to watch. But I mean, at the end of the day, they're getting the results and they are where they are. But I don't know how they are where they are.
But with that, just touching what you just said there, that, for me anyway, I don't think it's sustainable. I feel like we saw in the Liverpool game. Liverpool cool, they got better in the second half, but Liverpool did what they had to do. You guys you haven't won away, have you? I think that was the first and only away. Yeah, it wasn't an only away win.
Yeah, first away win. Yeah,
exactly. So I feel like you guys showed them. United showed them. So I think as the season goes on, that luck's going to run out in the sense of coming back. Because if someone else come on 3-2 up at that time, shut up. Leeds are not really the best defensively, so I don't think it's going to last too long. And I'm going to put it on the line again. I love putting wild statements out. I don't think he'll be there after this season.
I think that's it.
I just, what it is? I'm looking and I think, all right, cool. If they finish top 3, get a trophy, cool, then I'll take it back. But I feel if they don't win a trophy, finish outside top 4, which could happen because the league is tight, what would do you think he would stay? Juventus still ain't got a manager, and I feel like he's one of the managers where give him a project. I know Tottenham will say, "Oh, we're going to give him money to spend," but you then have an aging Harry Kane. Son's what now? What's Son? 31? Is it 31 now?
31.
Yeah, 31. If he doesn't get the players he wants in, because Conte likes to come in and sign 8 players or so, put them all in. He doesn't get that. He's brought in Emerson Royale, worst right back I've seen in God knows how long.
Terrible.
Yeah, terrible right back.
Terrible.
But these type of players, you look and you go, he wants more than that. He wants Bastoni and them likes of like Barella, them standard. But I don't think Tottenham will go out and buy all of them ones. So that's my personal belief in it. I don't want Tottenham fans to come hating on them. I'm not.
Yeah. But I think the only thing with Conte is he's got an ego. He's got a big ego. And I don't think it will let him leave with nothing. I think if they don't finish top 4 this season and they don't do anything in like a League Cup or FA Cup, I don't think he can walk away knowing he's proper failed.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he might give him, but then if they don't get top 4, they're not getting the players in anyway, so he might just cut losses. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, what do you think, Nick? Do you think about? Okay, let's just touch on Spurs first of all. What do you think about how Spurs are performing?
They're kind of very much up and down, and I think Conte's I think we could all agree that Conte's a winner in terms of being a manager, but he doesn't tend to stay in jobs for a long time. But I still think he's bigger than Spurs in the sense like his reputation is bigger than what Spurs are right now in terms like he's won titles with Chelsea and Inter. No,
Inter he won Scudetto.
Yeah. He won a league with Inter. He's winning leagues. Tottenham to get someone like him was a big coup for. I mean, I wasn't too against him joining United at one point when Ollie was near the end. Yeah. But he is the kind of manager that he's kind of in and out in a couple of seasons. I don't think Spurs can afford to sack him in a sense, not for money, but just like who else are they going to get? I mean, Conte's probably one of the biggest managers they can get. They just need to stick with him. And the fact that they're not playing too well and they're still grinding out some results, it's not necessarily a bad thing, is it? It's a good thing. But I do agree with you. I feel like luck is going to run out and I don't see them finishing in the top 4. But them finishing 5th and 6th, is it that awful for Spurs? I mean, it's Spurs, isn't it? I mean, you can see them finishing 4th. At the beginning of the season, I predicted them to finish 3rd. So it's not I'm going against Tottenham and Tottenham fans and disrespecting them. I thought they were going to finish 3rd, and they might do. They might turn like football it can turn around really quickly. Like some can play really like United have lost their first 2 games, and people are talking about are they even going to get top 6? You know what I mean? Silly stuff like that. And well, you know what? I might. Regret that we might end up finishing 7th or 8th this season. Like I said, football, you never know, innit? Yeah. I think Conte's bigger than Spurs, and I think if anything happens, but Conte will be leaving Spurs, not Spurs getting rid of Conte. Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think, Conte will just kick up a fuss if he doesn't get the players he wants, as you said. And but right now with the team, they've got some good players, but they're not great. I mean, defensively, average, maybe above average in terms of top 4. I mean, up top, Kane's been brilliant. He's been very consistent. Midfield, Bentancur's been good. And there's been some other sparks here and there. Holberg's been all right and solid. But I look at their squad man for man, and if you compare it to a lot of like Arsenal, Liverpool, City, I say Chelsea, I know they're doing poor, but Chelsea and United, man for man, I don't think they're nailed on for top 4 anymore, even though I thought they would do. But like I said, things can change and but I think luck is going to run out for them, and I think they're not going to finish top 4. But I think if anything happens, Conte will leave Spurs, not Spurs getting rid of Conte.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I just feel like, I have this unbiased thing. I think Spurs are a good team. I'm not disputing that. I feel like when Kulu sounds laughing, but when Kulu plays, they're a complete different team. Like I won't lie, Spurs fan, I'm going to name him Lee, Sterling, my other boys, Tottenham fans. They know when they signed Kulu and Bentancur, I was like, Juve rejects. Look at these lot. Like, who you signing? Got them top 4. This season, Bentancur has saved them in numerous games. And I think the games when Kulu hasn't played, I think we beat them. Did he play against Liverpool? No, he came on.
He came on, and he got the assist and absolutely balled out for the second goal.
You know what I'm saying? So I think them two are great signs. I feel like Tottenham need like 3-4 more of them. But then the problem is you can do that, and it's not to gas Arsenal now, but if Arsenal get to a position of they do finish in Champions League positions, you suddenly can then attract a better type of player. So Spurs might go and sign someone from Serie A, but Liverpool still will always have their pulling power no matter what. City will have it. We know Todd Bowley is going to spend money like his football manager, and Arsenal will have money and sign players like, please God willing, like Declan Rice and them, man. Just saying, but that's what I'm saying. Like, because we see it year in year out, every team got peas now. They're just signing Newcastle. But we'll save Newcastle for another time because boy, what they're doing is just ridiculous.
Worrying.
They're very worrying, So I think they'll. Spurs may be all right, but I think top 4 might be tough for them. I know they're there now, but I think United will get better. They'll sign players. Liverpool still to come back. Chelsea, we don't know. And I think Newcastle being there is what makes top 4 scary because it's like, who the hell is missing it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and they've played.
You're going to have 2 big clubs at least missing out.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, because I think United, they played, they drew, wasn't it? Newcastle.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Have Liverpool played them yet?
Yeah, we beat them.
Oh, you beat up. It's emphasizing it.
It's a light work, isn't it?
Listen, it's been a great, I think, first half of the season. I'm not going to get gassed, but it's nice to be 5 points clear. But as I said, I've always said top 4. But if we get to April and we're still there, hey, I want it.
Who do you reckon, let's all say who I think, in whatever order, who we think the top 4 would be as of now. I would go for City winning it, Arsenal. Oh, it's difficult after that, isn't it? So I'd say City going to win it, Arsenal. I think it's going to be close between them 2.
I think that'll be the top 2.
I think Chelsea and Tottenham are going to miss out. I think Liverpool 3rd, United 4th. It's so hard to call though.
No, my thing is, I think you can't pull Newcastle out, because
I think they're going to stay there.
Yeah.
I genuinely think they're going to stay there. If they keep fit, and I can see them spending some dough in January as well.
Yeah, January's going to be very big for them.
Yeah.
Listen, do you remember back in the day, going to St. James's Park, was a guaranteed, we're going to... Bro, I watch their games now, it is like different. The stadiums... And I look at their back 5, back 5, solid.
They're so well organised. They're so well organised.
And then you got Bruno and your fantasy football legend.
Yeah, Almiron, my boy.
But yes, I'm saying, like, they look very good. And if they go out and spend, they could turn around and go, you know what? We want to stay in top 4, quick 150. And if you're a player, doesn't matter where you are, you're like, Newcastle, you know what? I'm going, That you would. Yeah. So, definitely. I think Newcastle will finish this. So I think it'll be begrudgingly City, Arsenal.
You can say Arsenal top if you want, and it's fine.
Not yet, bro. We'll do this in March. You know what? Newcastle. We're gonna laugh, but Newcastle could get 3rd, bro. They could, easily, because they look solid. So I would say Newcastle, Liverpool, because we've got to take.
I'm going Newcastle 3rd and Liverpool 4th.
I would say around that because as well with Europe, we don't know how far our teams are going to go. And I think the further along you go, it gets harder in the league, we know. And after World Cup, it's too many fixtures, you know what I mean? So let's see. Now that, we're going to go into Mr. Diva. God. Obviously, all of us last night in our little WhatsApp group, sending links, whatever. I thought it was fake at first.
Yeah, same.
Seeing screenshots, CR7, having a little outburst. Yeah, I know. But Nick, listen.
Is he fit?
I've been seeing Nick's tweets, Nick is he's behind it, Nick's behind it. So you know what? The floor is yours, Nick. So
take it.
Think about the whole Ronaldo thing.
Well, I see both sides to it. I'm not saying before I go into more detail, just to kind of briefly go over it. I feel like Ronaldo has said some stupid things there. Like, it's not like I don't think he said silly things, but I think the most important thing he said is what I'm focusing on, what's more important. But when I heard about it and I first saw it on Twitter, Piers Morgan, who some people love, some people hate him. He gets the interviews, whether it's with I know it's not football, but with Kanye West or Donald Trump, and the guy just gets big interviews, doesn't he? So I know he loves off Ronaldo, doesn't he? Like he kisses his ass like on another level. But and Ronaldo is the GOAT or one of the GOATs of all time, so I get that. But when I saw it, I wasn't surprised. Then he did say before the end of the summer window that he was going to come out and state his truth. So whether I thought it might be a little article, a little book, or it could be an interview with Pierce, I didn't know, but I knew it was coming out. And then obviously when he stayed, that got delayed. And obviously he's waited until the World Cup break because he knows he's gone. Well, I think he's going to be gone. I mean, I'm sure United will do like terminate his contract, or they come to some kind of mutual agreement. But I'm not surprised with the interview, and I'm glad he did it. I mean, I'm just looking at it now. So he said, in a nutshell, people at the club were trying to force him out. Right. First of all, I was surprised by that. I mean, I know Ten Hag didn't want him particularly, from what I heard, but I didn't know he was getting forced out by the manager and a few others apparently. Because I know the main chairman, Joel Glazer, he loves Ronaldo. He didn't want him to go originally, and he kept him at the club. So I thought he had the support from the top, but like the top, not the manager. So I was surprised by that. And he said that the club showed a lack of empathy when his young daughter was hospitalised in July. He got time off from United, so I don't know if that's him forcing it or United saying you can have it off. But I don't know, man. I don't think United are the kind of club to kind of not show respect to someone's, kid, ill or died or whatever the situation may be. It's like, so I'm not too sure about that. And he never heard of the previous manager, Ralph Ragnick. I do agree with him. Because, like, even if it was a temporary role, it was a strange appointment. But he'd, again, that really didn't bother me too much. Like, there's a lot of things that Man United kind of, we disrespected this, like Ten Hag. I genuinely don't care because, like, it's not an issue for me. Like, Ten Hag, he's not going to be bothered by it. Ronaldo's going to be gone. He's finished at the club. And they're talking about him cussing Rooney, saying that he's jealous of Ronaldo because, Rooney's finished his career and Ronaldo's still going. I was like, I don't care about that. Like, people said, he's disrespected Rooney's I don't give a shit because, like, the one thing that he said is that he says there's been no evolution at United. It says here, no evolution at the club since Sir Alex Ferguson departed in 2013, and as Scott agreed, United were not on the path they deserve to be. That, for me, is what United fans should be focusing on, because for years, like, people say, United spend money and, the Glazers ain't giving the club shit. The money's been generated from Man United. They've kept a lot of it to the side. They've paid interest fees and loans and all that stuff. They've taken like around $1.5 billion from the club. So people can look at it as like, United have spent 200 million this summer and 100. Yeah, but you've got to understand, before they were there, we had the budget to spend this kind of money because of how big United were. So they limited us in a sense, even though we've spent a lot of money still. I get that. I think a lot of United fans wouldn't say we haven't spent a lot of money, because obviously we have. But it's just, it's behind the scenes, the stadium leaking, the holes in the stadium, the training facilities falling behind, and he went into more detail about the technology behind. I'm guessing maybe the fitness facilities and maybe the food facilities, and he even jokingly said, even the same staff are there, which I think is a good thing. I mean, but I think he was just joking about, still the same staff, because but he's shed light on something that a lot of United fans on Twitter have said, we need new owners. They're not putting investment in behind the scenes. And they've made us fall behind when we were a club that would always finish top two. And now someone's come out and said these exact things. United fans are like, but he disrespected Rooney. I don't give a shit, man. Like, obviously, I love Rooney. I know Rooney had his ups and downs with Ferguson towards the left, but he's still a club legend. He scored the most goals for United. I love Rooney. And I'm not saying, if it was just him cussing Rooney and him cussing Ten Hag and Ralph Rangnick, I'll be like, fair enough. Why is he going all out attack on these guys? But he said what I want to hear and what a lot of United fans want to hear. And that is, the owners are not fit for purpose. I mean, like I said, if these kind of owners tried to take over a club now the way they did with us, it wouldn't be allowed now. And they're still there. And too many United fans, there's like these stupid, I'm not going to say I go up to Manchester and I'm always protesting. I'm not that fan. I'm not going to say I am that fan. But there's been half-hearted protests from a lot of, hardcore Reds. I get it. But I'm seeing like on Twitter, hardcore Reds again cussing Ronaldo. And I get the point of view because he didn't say great things, but everyone should be just going, at last he's and some fans are saying this, but a lot of fans, like, I think he's went on Sky Sports and he was just focusing on the negatives on what Ronaldo said. And even though he was making a good point, no one is focusing on what is about the owners. And I think I'm so glad he said it. I love Ronaldo. His time was done at the end of last season. He should have gone. We should have let him go. I don't know if we forced him to stay and whatever. Like I said, don't care. Like, he's going to go. He's going to, see out his last year or so at another club, and I wish him well. And he's a United legend. He's done a lot for us. And he came back to us, and I was glad for that. He did well last season, but yeah, United fans need to realise, okay, you said a lot of bad stuff, whatever. Just focus on the owners, and I feel like it's now going to be that part of the quote is going to be swept under the carpet. It's now being swept, and people are just focusing too much on Rooney and Ten Hag. Like, that really has annoyed me. I'm not going to lie, it's annoyed me a lot. I feel like he's the GOAT. He has spoke out against the owners. He said that we are behind in everything behind the scenes, behind City and Liverpool and Arsenal and even Chelsea. I know Chelsea are not doing well, but they don't let the success stop for more than about 6 months or so. They get on it, even if you do disagree with how much they select their managers, how often they do it. They're still successful, and I feel I'm just hoping next couple of days that a lot of the fans, because Twitter is loud and Twitter has a lot of kind of a lot of say behind football. Like if it happens on Twitter, it kind of spreads everywhere. So a lot of people need to say, you know what, he did say some bad stuff, and he shouldn't have said that. But it's about the owners now, and we need to get the owners out. We need to get the club up for sale. But as you guys said, these Americans it's a cash cow, in it, especially Man United. I mean, I would say Man United are probably one of the most expensive sporting teams, not just football teams, in the world. And well. And they're using United to pay off their loans and their debts that they use to buy Man United. But so I went on a bit too long there. But I'm happy. Overall, I'm happy with Ronaldo. So even though he said some silly stuff, I don't care about that. I'm happy he called out the owners, even though he didn't actually call out the owners. He said behind us, and that's enough for me. For someone of Ronaldo's stature, and he's just his GOAT kind of stature around the world, and even in like just sports in general, he's just known by everyone. He's got the most followers on Instagram. For him to say that is huge, and we're just focusing on little petty stuff about Rooney and him being fat now and not playing football. Who gives a shit, man? But that's
no. Listen, valid points, but obviously, you being a United fan, obviously the passion, what it means to you. I kind of want to get Sam's perspective on it now, because I know we spoke about earlier, all of us anyway. So Sam, what's your take?
I get a lot of what Nick's saying, and it's good he's highlighting stuff. I think the main problem that I would have if it was someone from Liverpool, and I think the problem that people are having is the fact about he's still a player at that club. He's still a senior guy that was brought back in not only to be Ronaldo and score goals, but he was there to set an example to a lot of young players coming through. And I mean, essentially, he's still an employee of the club. Like if any of us went and did that, we'd be sacked.
True.
Because it's a little bit mad. And I get it. Obviously, he is who he is. He's got the platform, and he's raising things that people like Nick have been saying for months and months. And I do get that. And obviously, it's good. Some of the things that have been highlighted. I think even like the FA stepped in, didn't they, last season? In the summer to get them to sort out the ground, because it's just become so terrible. But I think obviously it depends what camp you're in, and if you're seeing him as just being like a petulant little schoolboy that's just throwing his toys out the pram because he's not getting the game time, or obviously he's actually highlighting things because he cares about Man United and he wants to see change at Man United. It's which camp you sit in.
It's both. It's both. He's a petulant child.
Yeah.
He is a petulant child. He's a narcissist, but he's raised awareness on something that's so important that I know he's a child. What he said, sorry to interrupt, but I know he's a child, and he said stupid things, and he is all about me, and he's selfish. That's how he's always been. I'm not disagreeing with any of that. And if other United fans say to me, but he's what you just said, I agree. I agree with these United fans. I just think that the focus on those stuff is far outweighing the focus on the fact that he's called out the owners.
Yeah, it's just because I think because of the fact that he is acting a little bit like a baby about the whole thing, it's just questioning the motives of it and the fact that whether he does actually want to affect change at Man United, or if he's just seeing Messi eating up his Champions League record and he wants to duck out quick. So
I agree with that.
So, but I obviously I can get it. Whether it is, as you say, if it's doing both things, it's getting him out the door and it's also highlighting the stuff that's wrong with Man United, then I suppose everyone's a winner in that sense. But I think it was just funny when I saw it, to be honest. I was laughing.
I can't wait. It was a Wednesday, Thursday, 45 minutes each, even though it's come out kind of like in text form.
Special.
But there would be some bits that have been, taken out of not put in yet. So I'm looking. I can't wait to see it. I really can't.
Yeah, I think context, as you say, context is going to be the key.
Yeah.
Because all we ever get with these things is like the 30-second things on Facebook that it gets taken
Doesn't
out.
tell the
and,
whole story.
So I think Wednesday, Thursday, it's going to be definitely an interesting watch.
Yeah, definitely.
You're going to be smiling the whole way, aren't you, mate? You're going to be grinning from ear to ear.
I can't even lie.
I am as well.
As an Arsenal fan, I'm used to people putting the popcorn emoji and Arsenal laughing and bantering. So for once, I'm just able to watch another club go through something like, you know what, well deserved. But now, listen, I think both your points, I think Sam's 100% right. You can tell Ronaldo's the ego thing. Like, he doesn't want, him and Messi are always going to be battling. Like, no matter how old you are, he doesn't want the whole thing of Messi's going to break my record, right? And he's thinking now, what club can I go to make sure I'm kind of like, but no one wants him now. So he's just going to accept, you know what, that's it. And I'm sure in our little group when we were talking earlier, Sam's right. Go MLS. Like, go and chill. Yeah. Like, I don't, you've done it all. Like, go do what Gareth Bale's done. Go MLS, scoring.
He's nearly 40.
Yeah, that's the way. That's why he's the winner he is. He's an ultra winner.
100%. And that's why he has been who he's been, because he's all about doing it for himself and becoming the best. And as you say, I think his ego won't let him go to the MLS. Yeah. And fair enough, but there comes a point where just chill out. Like, just chill out.
Imagine, go live the life in LA. Gareth's gone there. He scored the last minute winner the other day. They're loving him already in LA. You know what I mean? So I think that's the best way for him to go. But also what you're saying, Nick, on the technology and all of that training ground, I agree. If you look at every club, renovations, for example, I think Arsenal even now are renovating the outside the stadium whilst the World Cup is on and stuff like that. Training ground Arsenal has been state of the art, whatever. Liverpool, I think they built that new one, which looks amazing. Bad, didn't trust me. Leicester, same what. Like, you have to kind of go with it, and that was one of the issues with Arsenal. With Arsenal, it's like when with the scouting system, we had the best scouting system when we got Anelka, Vieira, all them lot, and then everyone kind of caught up to that. And then instead of us going, let's go again and try, we kind of thought, no, you know what, we're cool with what we have. And then before you know it, you're left behind. And that's what can happen. And I think for Ronaldo, that's what he's looking at, thinking, you know what, I want more here. And I get what he's saying, though, when he's talking about, I'll come back and this is the same lunch lady. Not saying that she shouldn't be he or she shouldn't be in a job. Yeah. But, you kind of feel like you need a bit of freshness every now, because you're changing the players so often. So you've got to change something. You know what I mean? You can't all be the same day in, day out. So I think with Man United, because of how well Ferguson did, I think everyone behind the scenes at Man United thought what he's done is going to set us up for decades now. Like, we're not going to need to tinker too much. It's already all in place. Whereas you have to work at it season in, season out to keep it going. Whereas I think the club's just stagnated. And it's just they're where they are for a reason. Yeah. No, and that's the thing. And and the thing is, with clubs like Newcastle now, even as an Arsenal fan, listen, we can all get left behind, If Newcastle decides to go and just say, you know what, this is the summer now, we're done. We're all done. It doesn't matter.
Because they've got more money than anyone.
We've finished, So listen, I'm interested to see. I'm going to have my popcorn and do what everyone else is. Was it... Everyone's talking about all or nothing. Why could all or nothing not come out this year? This would have been a year for all and not last year. But listen, history. We'll see what happens. Right, we'll come back to that one. Obviously, once it's all wrapped up and all that. But before we wrap up this podcast, I've got a little thing for us. So obviously, we're at the halfway point of the season. We've all seen great performances, great teams. I was going to say, what is your best 11? How many games we played? The first 14? Is it 14? Because some teams have played more in it and less.
I think we're 14. On 14. Yeah, I think there's a couple of teams.
Man United are on 30.
30. Okay, So who's been your best 11 up till now this season?
Nick, 14 and 15.
What would you we'll go goalkeeper first, deliberate.
Okay.
11,
I've done 4-3-3 and my midfield is very attacking, so I just want you to know it's not going to be a very balanced team. But
I've gone 4-3-3 as well.
See, we've all done all right, so let's go. Let's start with who's the goalkeeper?
I've gone for Pope.
Okay.
It's got to be Alisson. Pope, don't get me wrong, Pope's having a great season, but
already on me now, yeah?
Why Alisson? Why Alisson? He's in my dream team, so I'm not saying he's world class, but I'm just thinking, why Alisson?
I think because where we've been so suspect defensively, he's had so much more work to do this season. And he's just proved game in, game out how good he, like, one-on-one, he's the best in the world for me. Like, staying big and just doing everything you want to keep doing a one-on-one situation, he does. And I just, obviously, his distribution as well. And obviously, like, him and Edison, like, love pinging balls for fun. But yeah, just with how suspect we've been defensively and how good he's still been, I just think for me, he's been different gravy this season.
Yeah, I'm Allison. I'm going and the same thing. I think Pope's been sick, and I was literally, when you're right now,
100%.
I was like, no, Allison, because I feel like with Pope, the difference is Pope's been behind a solid defense, so he's been good, clean sheets and that. But Allison's had a lot to do. He's had 2 assists, I think, already.
I think so.
And it's as well.
The second one came off that Dyer shoulder.
But in FPL terms, that's a But I feel like he's been the better guy. I think him then Pope. Like Sam said, I think one-on-one. How many times do you see like the player goes through and
it's getting to the point? I'm not even worried now half the time. I'm just like, no, he'll save it.
I think, and that's the thing. I think Liverpool defenders, they stop running back and going, they're cool.
Just
spread back out to South, you know what I mean? But now listen, cool. We're in agreement with that one. So we're in Allison. Who's our right back?
I've gone for kind of like 2 kind of right backs, but they do both play left backs.
Okay.
So my 2 full backs are Trippier and Dalot.
Okay.
Dalot's been brilliant. Dalot has been brilliant.
No, he's had a good season.
I've gone Trippier.
I had Trippier down and I left him and then I changed it because I just think I know he's been injured last few weeks, but for the first maybe like 6-7 weeks of the season or whatever it was, Reece James was just playing mad. I get it. I get he's been injured, and for that reason, I can agree that Trips. But I just think Reece was. I think he got about 17 points one week in fantasy.
Phenomenal. And the thing with him as well, it's like he does every bit of the right back position perfectly well. He's complete. If he wasn't injured, listen, we know he would be starting for England, and I think we'd have a better chance with him. You know what I mean? So. All right, cool.
I'm happy with Trips.
Trips, so we're good with Trips. Now, the 2 centre backs. We'll name one each. So go on. We'll start with you, Sam.
I haven't put him in, so I'll go and Saliba.
All right, that's all I had to hear. My guy, yes, Saliba.
I think he's been different.
Yeah. And the only thing I'll say with Saliba is weird because his running style makes him seem like he's struggling. Like sometimes he has the little gallop. But I think I saw it against Diaz as well with Liverpool. It's like you think the attacker's gone, and suddenly he's just like beside you. You think, oh, all right, like very good. And let's remember, he's very young, very very young. So he's been good. So Saliba, Nick, you gone with that as well?
I've gone with Saliba as well. Yeah.
Who've you gone as his partner?
I've gone for, and you're gonna laugh at me, but I've gone for Martinez. He's been. I would have put Varane in, but like with Reece James, he's been injured too much. I'm not picking Varane. And I'm not saying Reece James hasn't been brilliant because he has, but he's been injured too much. Martinez has been there game in, game out, and he's settled in so well. And he's just a little 5'9" rocket, mate. He's just a trooper, and we have let in more goals in quite a few clubs up there, and I get that as well. So I get that logic, but. For me, Martinez, and he's and I am being biased, but Martinez and Saliba, and Arsenal could have got Martinez, so that could have been a centre back for Arsenal. And Gabriel's doing really well now. I know he's had a bit of sus moments here and there, as you've said before, but I think Martinez and Saliba, if they'd got that defence, that would have been even better than what it is at the moment. But Martinez, and I picked Martinez.
What about you, Sam?
It sickens me to do it, but I actually put him in as well.
Oh yes, Sam.
He's the only one that's gone in there, but I think he's not just the way technically I think he's a good footballer despite his size. He's a very good defender.
Yes.
But just it's his aggression and his just willingness to just put his body anywhere to just stop an attacker or stop the ball. I love it. I can't stand watching United play, but I like watching him play. As a defender,
whatever clubs he goes to, he would always be a fan favourite. He's got that personality, isn't he?
He wants to win, and he'll do anything.
I could just see Nick going,
No, that's why I respect Sam. He doesn't, he puts rivalries aside and he just says it how it is. That's
I
fine.
went Martinez as well. Like I feel like
I don't think anyone else was going to pick him. I'm surprised.
I
I'm pleasantly surprised.
I feel like a lot of people are all about this whole thing of height and he can't do this and can't do. If you remember Cannavaro, it's all about the timing of your jump. You can be 5'9" and play a 6'2" striker. But you give him a little nudge. Sam, you played with it. You give him a little nudge as you go in. There's so many
Which is exactly what he does every game. He's like a little pit bull. He just
exactly. And as a striker, you'll go, "No, I'm moving, man," and you get so frustrated. You go out there. Now you're off your game. And one thing we do underestimate him for as well, his ball playing ability, like pulls. There's a even against Arsenal, he had the pass before the assist. So he'll do that pass that breaks through an attacking midfielder, and straight away they're on the attack. And I feel that was a big thing for United to sign someone like him. He's made a massive difference. And obviously with Varane being injured as well, without Martinez, I don't know where United would be right now, honestly.
Hey, Sam, can I ask you a random question?
Go on.
I don't want to disrupt the flow of this conversation, but just really quickly, because obviously, I live by Charlton and I go to a lot of Charlton games. What's your view on Gomez, being he's a Charlton Academy player? How do you feel he's doing? Is he got a future at Liverpool? Do you think he could become a top centre back or not? I know I'm disrupting the flow, but I just wanted to know.
Before the knee injury, I thought he looked like he was going to be a top player. Like maybe not like serious top, but I thought he was going to be a good Premier League centre back. Like he looked like he had
versatile as well.
He was strong. He was exactly, like playing right back, playing centre back. He's strong. He's quick. Like when we had that season where him and Van Dijk were fit, anytime anyone went through on goal, it didn't matter because you knew Gomez or Van Dijk were catching him. And I think since he's come back from the injury, whether he's protecting the knee or I'm not sure, I hope he can get back to what he was before the injury. But yeah, I'm not. Like the game on, who did we play? Derby in the Cup that he started the other night. I thought he had that one silly pass, but he had a very good game. And I know people say like Championship side or whatever, but he had it's definitely there. It's just whether he can do it consistently.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, I like Gomez. And I feel like when players are kind of like of that age, you kind of feel like, cool, you're gonna have a bad game every now and then. But no, I like him, and I feel like. But the issue for him at the moment is that we're going slightly off topic, but you've got Konate now, who when Konate plays with Van Dijk, it's unbelievable that partnership. So.
That's that's our best two, I think. I think that's our best two.
100%. All right, this is the interesting one. Left back. I'm not sure you lot are going to pick the guy that I've picked,
I definitely haven't put Dalot. I'll tell you that now.
for me, it was Dalot or Trippier, but you could technically do both. So I was just I would pick Trippier over Dalot. I just think Dalot's been come from nowhere and been brilliant from us. Like that's my. And again, I'm being biased, but yeah.
Well, at left back, yeah.
Well, no, not really, but I can't really think of many left backs, and I don't know. There's a lot of right backs that can play left backs. Yeah, I thought of Cancelo as well, but I didn't really pick one, to be honest. I didn't really pick one. But I'd say, Cancelo would be an obvious choice.
Well, Sam, you went with Cancelo?
Yeah.
Okay, you look. Listen, I went with Dan Burn.
Don't say it, man. Huh?
Dan Burn. I went with Dan Burn.
Okay. I thought you were going to say Zinchenko.
No. I feel like with Dan Burn, because he's so tall and the way he runs, people don't give him, again, he don't get the credit. But when you watch him, he's actually quite good, bro. Like, seriously. Like, all right, when he runs, he's not the quickest, but positioning, obviously being tall, he's heading. I feel like of all the left backs in the Prem, I wasn't going to say Cancelo because I know people like Cancelo going forward, but I don't think defensively he's as good. Like, when you watch him, he gets exposed quite a bit. We saw it against Fulham when he got the red card. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I know.
We're not talking about that red card.
For me, Dan Burn. So who would we agree on out of our three?
I'd probably go Cancelo. I'd probably agree with Sam.
Yeah, I think if for who you'd want in your team, I think Cancelo gets in there.
I respect your decision as well, like Dan Burn as well. Like nothing against that, but Cancelo. I would personally pick him over him.
I'll give you that. So that takes us into midfield now. So we'll have what we said 4-3-3. So we'll do what? 2 holding, 1 attacking, 1.
Mate, I've gone. No. I'm all attacking, bro.
Apart from one. there's one midfielder that definitely has to be in there. If he ain't in all our teams, we've got problems.
Well, yeah, we might. Let's just put him in now. He's obviously
KDB.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
KDB.
Yeah, cool. That's to make sure. The other two, I've gone for one of them, Xhaka. Do the face, Sam. Don't do that. But I know. Listen, I've been critical. Yeah, I have been. But I see little things in him where he has improved. I feel like now we're giving him more the role that he gets for Switzerland. So, like, do you remember, like, there were games where he would just be holding midfield and he'd lose the ball? And where's the last point before defense? We're finished. But now I think where we're giving him that license, he's finding the final ball, a goal, or, just doing the good stuff. Even against Chelsea, I saw a good part where I think Kovacic tried to rile him up. Normally, man would push in, get a red card. He would just So I think he's learning. And obviously, listen, it's been a mad 12 months because 12 months ago, or was it 12? How long ago was it when he was like coming in? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Done a big U-turn.
Big U-turn. And so for me, I'd go there. And the other one, Bruno. Not Fernandes. Let me get that clear. Oh. There's only one real banging Bruno, and that's Bruno Guimaraes. Unbelievable player. Unbelievable player.
You go.
You go for what? I know you didn't do Xhaka, Sam, judging by your reaction. No, you didn't.
No, I didn't do that. I think from where he's been the last few seasons, like he looks like he's coming along. Yeah. And he's definitely been massive for where you are in the table. Don't get me wrong. I think him and Partey in your midfield have been huge. But no, I put one holding in there. I put Rodri. He was the only real sort of holding midfielder.
Yeah, I forgot about
that
him.
I thought, he's been. I think the one game that he didn't play well was the game against us.
Yeah.
But he was playing with Gundogan, and whenever he plays with Gundogan, they just look so slow in midfield, which is why we probably won that game.
Yeah.
But I think, just as a holding midfield, I think Rodri has been probably the best of the bunch.
That's true.
And then because of the front three, I've actually put Foden as my third one in midfield. Because I've gone for three different attackers.
He can play there as well, anyway, innit? Like he can do that floating. Yeah, that will work.
Yeah,
he can do that. Okay. Now I'm thinking, right, who you got up top now? The three. Nick, did you say you didn't say your two midfielders, Nick? Who?
No. You can guess one of them. Come on, you know me well enough.
If I hear Casemiro, I'm logging off now.
No. He's not cool. If he'd been there from the start and played every game, I mean, he could be up there at the end of the season.
No, 100%. I know he's got Eriksen.
Yeah, definitely.
Eriksen's there.
Eriksen 100% is there for me. He's been amazing for United. And like I said, I just love him on and off the pitch. And he can play in that kind of sweeper role. And, he's played a lot deeper this season for United. And so I would personally put him in that role. But I'm not here playing like perfect formations. I've done Eriksen, KDB, and again, these could be technically wingers as well, attacking midfielders, but I was struggling between kind of Almiron and Trossard as well, so I kind of went that kind of route as well. Maybe Almiron. I think he's been a bit of a dark horse.
So you put him in the three with the midfield, not the front.
Yeah. I would put like Eriksen and KDB kind of near each other in like centre midfield, a little bit deeper, and KDB a bit more of a free role, and maybe Almiron kind of free roll. Again, it's like I said, it's not a perfect formation, but my front three, I couldn't take these three out personally, and I wanted to get Almiron or Trossard more Almiron in. So Eriksen for me was definitely a no-brainer. I thought of Eriksen before KDB, bro. I don't know. I just love that.
You love Eriksen, boy.
Mate, he's class, bruv. He's class, and he got him in a freebie as well. I love that guy.
He's mentioned that. You got him in a free, like you're not paying him $300 a week or something.
I don't know if we're playing him that much, but still, yeah. Obviously he's played in big wages, but that's my midfield.
So up top, we know one of them has to be like
has
FPL,
to be Nunes, yeah?
Like FPL. Listen, but you're right.
I haven't put him in.
We're gonna go the beast himself. The one we don't remove from FPL team. He stays in there.
Yeah.
No matter what happens. This one's going to be interesting. Let's go with who will be your right wing, right? Who would be your right winger?
Mine, I put Almiron on the right. Just I think the last 2 months he's just been absolutely since Grealish tried to talk some madness about him. He's just been putting in performances. Yeah. He sent me top of my fantasy league.
Oh, is it what you're
above a few people? League.
Well,
yeah.
Next time I'm trying to get into that league.
Yeah. He's sorted me out, and I think he's just been, even when like games he hasn't scored, he just looks dangerous. Every time he gets the ball, all he wants to do is run at you. He's a real similar to Nunes. He's just a raw player. He just wants to run.
Yeah,
like it doesn't matter who's in front of him; he just wants to have you up, and most of the time he does it. So yeah, definitely.
No, and that's what I find. I've gone Amarin as well, and the same reason. I feel like nowadays you get wingers like they like to pass and then make the move, and I love wingers when it's just like when they keep run as a fullback. If wingers keep running, eventually you can't handle it all the time. And with him, he'll cut in. His finishing is look. I think who did they play when he had the one where he volleyed? I can't remember who it was now. The ball went up and he volleyed it. Not Saka.
Was it Leeds?
I think you might be right. Literally come over and just volleyed it with win top bins.
Yeah.
And you can see like now, even like Spurs are at bad defending, but in and out, bang, scored. And defensively as well, he's amazing. He's been class, man, for me. Absolutely class. Nick, I'm sure you're siding with us unless you've got someone spectacular.
I've just gone for 3 strikers, bruv. Like I said, I haven't gone for like
strikers.
Bruv, I just went all in, bruv. Like I'm talking like football manager levels, man. Just trying to win 8-9, 0. But now I've gone for Haaland, obviously. Kane.
Yeah.
Tony, yes.
Come on.
Yeah, I've gone for those 3. I mean, I was looking at potentially Wilson and Saka as well. I kind of wanted to get Saka in there because I think like he got a little bit stick at the start in terms of lack of goals, not assists, goals. But I'm a big fan of Saka. I love him. I think he's brilliant. So I wanted to kind of get maybe Saka. It was maybe Tony. I know I put Almiron in midfield, but it could have been Almiron as well. But I thought, you know what, Ivan Tony as well. Yeah. So Haaland and Kane was like a given. Kane has been. He usually starts season really average. He's just been consistently good.
Yeah.
Getting a goal or assist near enough every single game. And Tony's just been amazing from Brentford as well. But I was close with Wilson and Saka, but yeah, I ended up going for Tony personally. Yeah.
No, I think Tony's a good one. I think Wilson, you just always saw the guy's going to get injured at some point, you know, like to pull up and all that. And Tony, I feel like we need to respect the guy more, you know, like
he should have been on the plane. 100%, he should have been on the plane.
Had to have gone. And that's, you know what I mean? Do you know what? Oh my God. So now you just said on the plane. I'm going to go back to the last one. You know what central midfielder I forgot to put? Madders.
Who?
Yeah, I was thinking about him as well.
Yeah, I forgot about him as well.
I forgot all about Madders, you know.
It's true.
I forgot all about it. I changed my mind. Xhaka out, Madders in. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, back to listen, I think Kane's been phenomenal. Thing is, Kane's season has been shadowed by that beast that Man City, man. Otherwise, you'd look and think like, right, Kane, you've done well. But those are the levels now, man. Those are the levels. So
I'll show you levels, bruv. You know here, I don't know if you can see, but where's Matt? Where's Matt, bruv? Matt is down there somewhere. You got me and Sam up there fighting for the top, and Matt is just falling down, bruv, after giving all that smoke at the start of the season, bruv.
Do you know what? For
everyone
that's watching this, I hope you enjoy it. Record this, save it, share it.
You know what? He says that. No. You say that. That's not fair because he messaged me about 6 weeks ago saying, "Oh, how does it feel like being 13th?" When I was 13th, he's like, "Look at that, you're 13th." And then a month later, I took over him. I was like, "Bruv, life comes at you fast, bro, innit?" So I'm not giving you smoke because I'm attacking you. I'm just defending myself against you, bro.
Matt has been very verbal this year with fantasy. He's even been giving me some absolute garbage.
Take it, bro.
Listen. Come May, that's when
we'll see. We'll see.
No, I agree with you, but you need to take your own advice, bro.
I'm keeping receipts, bro. And Nick, by the way, so before we go to our winger, tell them what you called your team.
Little boy Matt. Obviously, being Matt, as you guys know, that's his name. Little boy, just a little boy, innit? We have this thing at work where we call each other little boy all the time. It's just an inside joke thing, but yeah. I was actually I only did it for picking my team. I was going to change it before the season started, but I forgot. So I just stuck with it.
It suits. It definitely suits.
And now I'm ahead of him. It really, really suits, bro. But yeah, it's a long season.
I've gone for Martinelli, the left winger, the last one.
Yeah, that's a
I went same.
Do you know what? The reason being, I think that when he first started, I think we tried to play him up top. And then we had times we were playing him on the left and it wasn't really working. But now you see, like, so when you used to watch him, he just ran with head down and you kind of felt, look up, like, do something. But now he looks like he's added a bit more. You look at for example, that Liverpool game, right? Everyone would say Trent bad defending. But as a winger, to make that run, and like you said about Alisson, one-on-one, to still, he's been doing it. He's been doing it. This is, I think he's been phenomenal. And what I don't like as well, I don't like Klopp when he goes, Oh, really like the young boy, Mark. I'm like, no, stop.
He's been brilliant.
Stay away. And yeah,
He's been. I've had Martinelli in my dream team since the start of the season. I still have him now. He's one player to not take out.
That's the reason why I'm behind you, man. I made the mistake, man. I removed him before. Who did Leeds when he got one of them got assist?
He's cheap, isn't it? I mean, even if I put him on the bench, I'm always going to have him on my team unless he gets injured.
Good shot. No, but this FPL talk is a bit stressful, so we're going to do it.
Oh yeah.
But
right.
no, listen. No, that I'm glad we've kind of roughly got the same 11s, you know. But I know I said that was the last part, but I'm going to wrap up just with this part. We're going to go. Oh, I'm trying to think. Okay, who winner of the World Cup? Literally, one word. Who's going to win it?
Brazil.
Right, again.
Their attacking talent is just unbelievable.
Different.
And if England don't win it, I want Brazil to win it as well. If England don't win it, I want Brazil to win it.
I think everyone just has this affection to Brazil. I think growing up anyway, it's the yellow and black.
Yeah,
it's iconic.
It's Ronaldinho. Going into primary school early, watching that Ronaldinho Brazil game.
It's true.
It's mad. But yeah, I think they're just
Brazil in it. I think the heat. I feel like the climate, and like you're saying, I think as much as I don't like Neymar, I feel this is the World Cup where he's like, do you know what? Nah, this is it.
He's firing as well at the moment. And you know
PSG,
when they score,
he's firing.
When's the last time they won it? It's been a while, wasn't it?
2002.
Ronaldo was Germany, innit? Germany.
Yeah, 2002. It was one before
20 years.
Italy won, yeah.
Oh my
20 years ago.
You know when you say that, 20. Oh my goodness.
They're due a win.
We're getting old, man. We're getting old.
Now you're as old as you feel. Remember that, yeah? Cool. No, but listen.
Let's believe in England. Let's believe. Come on, football's coming home. Come on.
No,
we can do it.
Because I believe that in the Euros, and I gave my heart to it for the Euros.
Yeah, I know it was hard.
It just
it was hard to take.
But listen, boys, love for that. I appreciate it. Listen, all I'm gonna say is, we can laugh, but we're gonna come back to. I wanna. Because there's some receipts I want to bring up, I'm trying to think where I'm going to bring them back up. Around March, we'll come back to some of these.
Yeah, let's do it.
He started all the WhatsApp messages, isn't he?
We're going to listen. I've saved them all, and they're going to be. I'm going to get a big.
Same.
Yeah,
I've got receipts. I've got a lot of receipts.
Sounds the worst because you'll say something, you'll be like, yeah, whatever. And Sam's like, oh yeah, really? Yeah, bro. Oh, what about this one? And you look, bro, that's from last year.
Hey man, what's that? That's a receipt from me. That was your points this week, bruv. You've done well, innit? What's that? 37, bruv. Yeah, you done well.
Yeah, hey, Sam, you know the worst? Hey, the worst part is, when I knew I had Trossard left, I didn't even look. Now, man, 37. All right, cool. That's all right. But listen, boys, love. Thanks for coming on. We'll be in a couple more.
Next time.
Yeah, man. Listen, take care.
Thank you.
Peace out.
Sweet.